Welcome back to season number 2 of The Soul of Generation X. Thank you for sticking with us. We took some hiatus after the first season, did some house cleaning, and we are back for season 2. And here in the studio, we have our incredible political host, very busy young man, Mr. Lenny. How's it going there, Lenny?
Hey, man, what's going on? Glad to be back with you once again.
Good to hear you, man. Good to hear you. We're going to jump right into the events of the, should I say, day, the new year. It's 2026. And what do you have on the docket for this evening?
Man, I tell you what, since the last time we've been on, we were broadcasting and doing the show, so much has transpired, so much unbelievable nonsense that went on out of this administration. I mean, it's been a buffet of political jargon, if you want to call it.
A buffet.
And it's been just totally incredible. The nonsense and the idiocy coming out of this administration. So basically, you can just look at it and pick what you want to pick out. Well, one of the main things I guess everyone is concerned about is ICE. ICE, ICE.
Right.
The private army of Donald Trump and his cohorts.
And ICE, so that everybody knows what that means, because we just say ICE stands for Immigration Control.
Well, ICE is the immigration. They work with them. Well, they're supposed to work with the states to not say stop immigration, but control immigration, to have a plan to allow people to be able to get citizenship, to remove the bad guys from the country that try to cross the border. But they've done the total opposite. And it's just been very disturbing, the tactics that they have been using. And
yes,
it's shameful.
Yes, you got that right. We've experienced not just them apprehending so-called illegals, as they say, which we can talk about that later, but also we've actually witnessed in color 2 murders. Very pretty much executions. First of all, with a young lady out of Minneapolis by the name of Renee Good, which was, it just hurts me to think about that and see how that happened. And then also a young man, Alex Preddy, who also out of Minneapolis. What else have you heard on that? What is your take on those situations?
Well, besides being stone cold murdered in the streets of Minneapolis, there's a cover up. There's sloppy police work on part of the government, not wanting to have a thorough and complete investigation. ICE was never meant to go beyond 100 miles in the border or 75 miles in the border. They are not trained for what police are trained for. They don't have the knowledge and the understanding how to deal with the American population, individuals, street to street, city to city. They are just not trained for that. And when you put people in unfamiliar environments, the first thing they're going to do is put their defenses up, and
Mm.
and that's how we got 2 people killed, murdered in the streets. Not that they were doing anything illegal, but because these guys didn't know how to handle the situation. So first thing they did was draw their weapons and just start gunning people down in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
And it was horrific. I don't know if you all saw the video. It's just horrific the
Mm-hmm.
way that these people were murdered. One woman was shot 3 times trying to get away. When I say trying to get, she was trying to get out of the way. And you have this overzealous ICE agent pulled his gun and shot her 3 times. The last shot hit her in the temple, killed her.
Mm.
The next one that got killed was a man who was trying to help somebody. A
Yeah.
woman that was getting beat up by ICE agents.
Yeah, Alex
6 men. And they wrestled him to the ground, had him pinned to the ground, and they still shot him in the back. Now that's the worst you could do is shoot a person in the back.
Yeah.
Defenseless.
Yeah.
Defenseless. And they
Yeah.
murdered him in the streets of Minneapolis.
And questioning his right to carry a concealed weapon, which he has a concealed permit. He had a concealed permit. And they seem that they tried to change up the narrative, the usual story that the right wing MAGAs would bring up about not, you're messing with my Second Amendment, blah 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 blah, all that stuff. Well, now we hear a different story, and then they try to backpedal out of that. Oh, he was this. He can have. Oh, you're not supposed to take a weapon to blah blah. I mean, just coming up with all kind of crap. I mean, you heard different things, and I think they finally got together and said, you know what, we're saying too much. We
Well,
need
yeah,
to,
they couldn't get the story straight.
can't get the story
They couldn't get the
straight,
story straight.
and yeah, and all of a sudden now this man can't have a concealed firearm on him, and he has a license on top of that, and so you just wonder how they are, I know you wonder about everything, like you said, there's a whole smorgasbord of what's been going wrong, but I thought it was just horrific to watch this young man who was a nurse and helped people, and that was his goal. His parents said that's what kind of person he was, but to literally execute him from not the front, but either way, but from the back, and lie about it. Just not just horrific, but just angers me to the core to watch that. I don't know about you.
This man was an Army veteran. This man served time in Iraq. He never
he was
never
a
thought in his
veteran?
wildest dreams.
I didn't realize. I didn't hear him say. They only talked about his nurse service. I thought, okay, I thought he was a veteran. Okay.
Yeah, he was a veteran. Served in Iraq. After serving this country in the war in Iraq.
35 years old.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man, that is
He worked at the VA helping his wounded warriors, friends, soldiers.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we were talking about he's a young, he's a young man. That's the thing about it,
Yeah.
Young man, just trying to do what's right,
Right. Hmm.
But when you brush all of the dust off of the whole thing, as they say, and the rubbish off of it, you see 2 faces come up. You see Donald Trump, Stephen Miller, and then you see the people who voted for Donald Trump. You
Yeah,
put all those in a
Christian
hat.
Nome.
You see you see all these things, and people come up in this little hat that it makes you say, you know, mm,
Yeah, I mean, it's a shame that these the young lady was killed, mother of
yeah,
three.
yeah, Renee Good,
Yeah,
yeah,
really good.
that was horrific. Also within itself, uh, before Alex Preddy, and you wonder, this guy's just walking up to her window,
Hmm.
and I didn't realize that her significant other was a girlfriend was in the car with her. I didn't realize that till much further after the incident,
Yeah,
um, and it's just shocking to see this guy actually literally walking up to her car.
yeah,
And when I see that, I'm thinking to myself, wow, I wish she would have had her pistol with her,
yeah,
or she would have been I mean, to eliminate that threat that
yeah.
was coming up to her, because that was a total threat. That wasn't a normal police stop where lights are on. They're telling you who they are. They're giving their ID and themselves.
Yeah,
No real police officer is going to walk up to a vehicle like that
right.
and execute somebody.
No,
No real officer.
nope.
And that just, oh man, that just ticks me off when I see that.
Yeah,
I can't wipe it when I saw it. So that was literally a threat. And I just wish we could have gone back in time to where she could have had an opportunity to
defend herself.
defend herself and
Yeah,
eliminate that threat if
yeah.
she, I don't, just you could come up with all these scenarios. But it's too late for that. Um, so what do we do? And where do we go from here?
Well, before I answer that, I want to say that it makes the the police job, a policeman job, policewoman job, everywhere, everywhere more difficult now
True. Very
because
true.
the police work so hard to have goodwill within the community,
Yep. Yes, that's
to be
true.
able to solve crimes and get people to
Mm-hmm.
open up and to
Mm-hmm.
trust them.
Mm-hmm.
But now they have basically ICE and DHS have basically destroyed that because
I
nobody's going
think.
to have any trust anymore, no matter what law enforcement is.
Well, I don't think I would. I'm saying I'm gonna push back on you on that. I don't think they totally destroyed it, because the way I looked at it is, like I was saying, he didn't give any professional ID or the
Right,
professional intro that an officer
right.
would
I agree with you.
normally give. So
But
I mean, because I'm hoping we don't go back
I
to
think they
that.
severely hampered the efforts that
Yeah,
all
yeah,
officers, men and women, have been doing over the years to develop
yeah,
a good relationship with their
yeah,
community and their community
yeah,
leaders.
yeah.
DHS, ICE have, set them back. They have
But
set
it's
that back
funny. It's funny
because
because I don't look at those guys as I don't. I just see them as, like you said one time. Would you call them, thugs in
yeah, they are
costume or
thugs. They
something?
are thugs. But you got
So
but you got to understand that people have a tendency not to trust law enforcement anyway.
they have a
But
phobia.
yeah, but the goodwill that was built up with local police officers in the communities, they have they've set them back a little bit. I think ICE has done
They've,
damage.
they've damaged
Yeah,
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 they've damaged that a little bit. But
yeah,
like I said, in hopes, I still on the upside. I think that most people, especially after the Minneapolis police chief came out and spoke positively about the unlawfulness of the whole
Right.
situations,
Oh yeah.
which helped a lot because when you're looking at these as they say they're cosplaying. When you look at that, I don't see a police officer. I don't see a law officer law. Period. When I look at these guys on the street, um, and uh, and I hopefully what I'm saying. That's something I don't think it's totally. It's maybe slightly damaged in a way, but you know, you don't see a police officer doing that. I mean, literally just stalking the side of that car, just stalking, which
Mm-hmm.
is uh, to see that
Mm-hmm.
and to know what we've gone through all our lives since we, set out on the road and went to school and traveled and that's a scene that we've pictured in our heads years
Right. Well,
before.
well, especially in the black and brown community, where
Yeah, yeah,
it's you got to understand. You talk about the civil rights movement where they were getting hosed down by water hoses. I'm not talking about the garden hose. I'm talking about fire hoses. German shepherds attacking them. So
yeah,
they, all the way from that, the black and brown community had a distrust in officers. So the officers have worked since the '60s and the '70s to try to
hmm
build up trust in those communities.
hmm
And now you add a white community, who has a little scratch in their heads, like, can I
least
trust this?
expecting. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. This is something that is you never would, and then you look at the downside of people saying, "Oh no, this could actually happen to us."
hmm
We see it happening to them,
right.
but now this could act. So, I don't want to get into that part there, but that's kind of part of it. People they've opened up because two white people have been executed,
Yeah,
um, and many white folks aren't used to seeing something like that.
right.
But here's the thing, though, it's a difference in, hey, I saw this and I feel this way, or I saw this and I want to do something about it, you know? And like a lot of people have been saying lately, if you're seeing this and you're not outraged, then you're part of the problem.
hmm
This is not a political thing. This is a human rights. A In your words, the moral compass. You have to have some people. How do you say? The moral compass of not left or right. It's just humanity.
Yeah,
And if you're not outraged about this, then you're part of the problem.
yeah.
So I mean,
So
and
where do we? The second part of the question: where do we go from here?
yes, where do we go
Where do we
from this?
go from here? Do we continue to allow this in our city streets? Do we allow this band of thugs, the band of hyenas, run from city to city, killing American citizens in cold blood? I think not. I mean, I would hope that there has there has to be a line drawn in the sand, and that line cannot be violated. It's already been violated. You murdered two people, two
Hmm.
Americans in the streets. You killed immigrants in custody. You've you've taken children and used them as bait to lure the parents out of the house. You've held kids, little children, in these unfit detention centers. So where do we go from here? Well, we understand that Trump is just a symptom of the problem.
Right.
But where we start at is the people behind the scene. We pull the curtain back on the
Hmm.
wizard and
Who
expose
is
them
it?
for the fraud that they are. And you
Right.
start with Stephen Miller,
Yeah.
okay? You start with Pam Bondi, Christy Nome,
Yeah.
um, Todd Blanche,
Hmm.
all his suck up acolytes. Those are people you go after. Those
Yeah.
are people that you have to embarrass in restaurants, movie theaters. Those are people that you have to confront them to their face every chance you get. And I would also say, far as ICE, just going back to your point, everyone needs to arm themselves. You need to carry a gun with you. You need to carry a taser with you. Carry something to protect yourself because we
Yeah.
don't know who's who now. I do know that a lot of these guys that are with ICE are nothing but criminals themselves.
Straight up criminals,
Straight up criminals,
straight up
KK
insurrection.
Klansmen,
Yeah, insurrection graduates.
insurrectionists, oath keepers. Okay, that's who these people are. Because any decent human being would say, I don't want to be a part of that. You know what I'm saying? So these people aren't decent. The hypocrisy is also they always want, we back the blue, we back the blue. Well, what was backing of the blue when they were getting the hell beat out of them on January the 6th? Okay. So it's a level of confusion amongst people. Like, well, damn, who are these people? We know who they are. We have
Right.
to ask the question, who we are and what the hell are we going to do about it going forward? That's what we got to do.
Yeah, we got to be outraged about it. We have to wake up and put some input into the situation besides just laying back and
Right.
and that could come in many ways. People say, well, how do I do that? How do I, it can start as simple as attending a city council meeting,
Right.
attending a school board meeting. Start locally, you know, um, and build your way up, and then these other things will come,
Right.
So yeah, we got to I guess we can sum that up by saying we've got to be active or
Right.
proactive. We've got to, and you must be. I heard somebody say last week. They said people aren't mad enough yet. What's going on? What is it going to take? You're not mad enough yet.
Right.
So yeah, that's what we got to do.
Well, yeah.
Go ahead. What were you saying? What
No,
are you
I
gonna
was
say?
saying, yeah, it's past time for people to be upset. People should be, and I
Outrage.
like what they're doing, out in the streets protesting.
Yeah, and under minus 10-degree weather.
Yeah, 10-degree
People
weather. I mean, they got
people
a
in
lot more
Minneapolis have been
hard than
they've
I
been
do
on
get
it.
out in that kind of weather.
Hey, Minneapolis has been on it. We got to give them credit
Yeah, yeah,
and setting an example for the rest of this country. If they can get out there in 10 and I think it was over like 10 and 15 below weather and fight for their city,
right,
which in turn is fighting for the country,
right.
then we gotta make a good showing in all across the United States. Which I got to give the people credit.
Oh yeah,
They've been doing um, they've been doing it. But that Minneapolis is an inspiration
oh yeah,
for us all. And like I said, you think about Alex Preddy. It was out there. It was freezing that day.
yeah.
It just unreal, man. It's just like a bizarro world. What's going on? But
Yeah, let me just.
yeah.
I just want to say this before we go to the next topic.
Oh, okay.
I want people to understand this. What if that was your son or my son, or our neighbor's son, or the kid that we
Daughter.
coached in football that was doing a good deed, trying to help a young lady who was being abused, and the cops grabbed him, threw him down on the ground, and killed him,
Yep.
murdered him. I mean, I thought about that. I said, no, my son. I taught my son to always try to do what's right,
Yep.
and to help those that, try to help those who can't help themselves. And if I'd have been watching TV and seeing that, hey, my son was trying to help somebody,
Yeah, you're trying to help somebody.
and they jumped on him and shot him like that.
It just didn't make sense. It just,
I would have been on the next plane to Minnesota, Minneapolis. I would have been on the next plane. I would have went up there in shorts and a t-shirt just to find them. Because you
I
don't
think that, I
reward.
think that's come through all our minds. I think that's all
Yeah,
of that,
you think about
you
that.
know.
How fast, and see, that's the urgency that we all got to have. Because we all have
Yeah.
to put ourselves in that situation. And
Hmm.
I'm sure
Hmm.
those people in that, his parents were looking at TV,
Hmm.
seeing what was going on. And they saw this young man, not knowing that was their son, or they probably knew, get murdered live on TV. Live. By a bunch of thugs. Man,
I
listen,
can't. I can't think of I'm trying to think of a term worse than, uh, you know, thugs. I mean, just
man, I know you, you know me. I would have been in my shorts, t-shirt, bedroom shoes, whatever.
I thought
I'd been on
many
the plane. I
times.
won't care how cold it was. I'd
I
have been in
know.
Minnesota.
I know exactly. I know exactly where you're coming from.
But see, that's how real it got to get to the people.
It's got to
And we
get
ought to
there.
be steaming where we can go out there and melt snow
You
because
know,
you can't.
I believe it's getting that point. You know, and we hate to say it, break it up into a racial thing, but I believe that when I heard his parents give that statement, they had that feeling that what we're talking about right now.
Yeah,
You know, you're not going to criminalize my son and disrespect. You know, and he was not what you said that he was not. You know,
right.
Whatever Christy Nome said. So
Right.
you could sense that in their statement. But the bad part of, not say bad part, but is that we're not used to hearing that come from
Yeah,
a white family.
right.
And I've thought about it many times. Is Alex and Renee, but is Alex like a symbol, a Jesus symbol?
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I
yeah,
mean, I know I'm sounding kind of way out, but he did is he the sacrifice, and Renee the sacrifice? Are they the sacrifices that it would take for, as we like to refer to them on our show here, the good white folks,
yeah,
the white, the care, because we gotta you know um, we got to specify who we're talking about.
yeah.
So as we said, the good white folks, the caring
You
folks.
gotta
We hate
care.
to do that, but you think, do you see the imagery I'm getting at, Alex and Renee? Being Jesus-like figures
Yeah,
that were sacrificed to maybe make a change in this what we call United States of America, which we're kind of seeing, because people are like, we're not used to seeing this.
right.
There are two, and I've heard people say, when I looked at the TV and I saw a white young lady, I saw
Hmm.
a white man. And we're not used to, I mean, just that we're not used to seeing this. This is, and this, do you think this is a wake up?
Right. I think it is. I really do. I think it is. I think it's a wake up call
And that
to.
Alex and Renee are I don't want to say cult like figures, but in a way they've been propped up to that level. And if that's what it takes, then we need to go with it.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
what do you think?
Well, I agree with you. You hate to say, I hate to use the term sacrificial lambs, but
Yeah,
they
right,
were
right.
sacrificed. They were laid up on the altar in
Yeah,
the streets of Minneapolis, Minnesota,
yeah, yeah,
where
yeah.
they were murdered by
Yeah,
ICE agents.
yeah.
And we just got to call it like it is. And they
That's
were
what it is.
doing the work. I know I would say both of them were doing the work of what would Jesus do.
Yes, yeah,
Jesus would alert
You
in the
added
neighborhood that
good
trouble
addition
trouble.
onto what I started with. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
I like the way where you going with
he
that.
would have protected the defenseless. Okay,
Mm,
and then by him doing that, the young man doing that, he was slaughtered and murdered in the streets for doing
mm.
what they say that they stand for. This Christian,
Oh
this
God.
this this Christian right. All right, but he was actually doing the work and gave his life up for a
Mm,
friend, or
yeah.
a friend he didn't even know,
Hmm.
but he saw a woman in distress and he helped her, but it cost him his life. How do you think that woman feels that a stranger protected her, but it cost him his life, that she might live and bear
Has she
witness to that moment?
did, didn't she speak, or that she had not spoken yet, or somebody
She hadn't spoken yet. I'm sure she's in shock because the
somebody
man
was
got killed right
watching
in
it.
front of her.
Yeah, somebody else spoke out. I don't know if you remember, who actually maybe was the one who was shooting the video on one of the videos, but they came out and they said she was how brave she was to come out and
Right.
but it wasn't. So we haven't heard from the young lady who was pushed, literally pushed down like a offensive lineman
Yeah.
pushing back a linebacker or
Yeah.
a line. I mean, literally, when I saw that, that looked like a drill from
Yeah. From back in the days. Yeah.
pushing that pushing that woman back like that. I
I
mean,
mean,
that's
he didn't push. He shoved her
he shoved a woman
with
back
all his might.
to might. I'm like, bruh, what is? Where you from?
He's an
You have to
animal.
push that woman like that?
And the sad part about it, he never been brought to justice. They disappeared him, blended him in the crowd. You haven't heard anything from him.
But I'm gonna tell you though. Let me tell you, we haven't heard, but I'm gonna guarantee you, somebody knows who they are.
Yeah. And they're gonna out him. They're gonna tell who they're gonna
Somebody
tell him. Yeah.
know who they are, and
Yeah.
deservingly, we all should know who they
Right.
are,
Right.
because in this legal, real legal, lawful system that we have, when a real police officer does something as far as to save themselves or save somebody on a call they've gone out to, or even if they've done something malicious, we still know who they are.
Right.
We will know who they are, and so when I say that somebody knows all of the culprits who've committed both of these executions,
Right.
somebody knows, and
Right.
you're not going to be able to hide, and you will, or they will be found out.
Yeah.
We know this. We know this, and I believe a lot of this stuff that's happening is going. It's percolating. How we say, you got some back in
Yeah. It's
old days,
percolating.
grandma put that, got that coffee pot percolator.
Right.
It's it ain't ready yet, but it's
No.
percolating.
It's percolating.
And when it get hot, bro, it's gonna be it's gonna show a lot. It's gonna
Right.
be some people that's gonna be they're gonna be running for the border.
Yeah.
If they're not across the border already, if you know what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Which that's another show there. But yeah, so yeah, good. We're gonna go with that there, and hopefully, like I said, people listening, you know, make up in your mind that you're going to do something about all of this stuff that's going on. Don't just sit by and be, as what we say, passive, right? We need to be
Right.
proactive, right? We need to be proactive, right? Or as they also say, what's the call? What's the call to action?
Yeah.
So we need to be because we gotta, this is not right.
It's not.
So what else you got there on your docket, Taylor?
Well, like I said, so much. We know that. I know people have been following it. We invaded Venezuela, kidnapped their president, stole their oil, and
That
left
was
the
like
rest
a
of the
TV
regime
show.
in place. Took the money. Trump took the money, about 500 million or almost $1 billion, out of the country and put it into a bank account over in Qatar, where
Hmm.
only he has access to. So it's just, we're killing people in fishing boats, saying that they were running drugs, which is illegal. That's a war crime. So hopefully, when he's out of office, that these countries capture him and bring him up on charges of war crimes, killing innocent people in boats, no kind of investigation, no explanation. Taking over what the Coast Guard usually does. These
Hmm.
people were 2,000 miles from America. They would have to have an ocean liner, a cruise ship to make it that far. These people are
Hmm.
little speedboats. So, I mean, to just kill people at random in international waters, not close to America's shores, but in international waters, is horrendous. So
And to
now
lie about it, you know.
yeah, lie about it. So now you invaded a country, stolen the president, took him away. Um, I think the country's going to erupt in chaos because he won't be able to get his hand-picked person in there like he wants to.
Hmm.
And it's all about the oil
Hmm.
because Venezuela has the second largest oil, or the first, might be the first or second, first or the most oil reserve in the world. They the
And
first or second.
per area or
Well, yeah,
whatever.
they got a lot of reserve in oil.
It was like,
So this what it was all about. Because
yeah,
if you were so concerned about fentanyl
per
coming
the
into the
area.
country,
Hmm.
those aircraft carriers and those destroyers, they should have
Hmm.
been parked off the coast of China and Mexico. If you were that concerned about fentanyl coming in this country killing folks,
Hmm.
because that's where it comes from, China through Mexico.
Hmm.
So how come these aircraft carriers and destroyers and submarines were not parked off the coast of China? It's about the money. Follow the money, folks.
Yeah, as I say, follow the money. That's it.
Yeah,
That's been a common saying
yeah,
lately, a really popular saying by a lot of pundits and fellow podcasters. Follow the money, which will lead to Donnie T.
yeah,
Or what do you call himself? DJT?
yeah. That's DJT. Follow the money, and it's
Lead.
it's 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 it's, it's sad because this guy's always out trying to make a buck. He's selling these
He's a
cards.
grifter. He's a
Yeah, he's a
grifter.
grifter. Oh, he's selling these cards. I mean, like he, we had gold cards when I played football. We went around sold, try to raise money. This guy's selling gold cards to enter the country. If you pay $1 million or $5 million, you can enter the country without me harassing you.
Mm.
You know,
It's a
Nicki
total
Minaj, she
grift.
got one. Is that her? Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, she got one of those cards. She
oh,
laid down $1 million.
she is
So
such a
this is nothing but a big grift. This is
disappointment.
nothing but a big money scheme. His
The
whole
whole
presidency
the whole thing is a grift to
is a
just to
grift.
keep stay out of jail.
To stay out of jail
When you
and to
break it
bleed
down,
American
yeah,
people, bleed us out of
yeah.
every dollar he can bleed us out of. And not only
You
him,
got
but his henchmen, they grabbing money too.
they grabbing money, coming up with lies. There are lies every other day, some kind of lie about this and that.
Yeah,
And but they do, but they don't lie about it. Yeah, they do not like black and brown folks,
no,
but they just taking it to the next level and grifting with it
yeah,
and making you think this and that. And to be grifted by your country's leader
yeah,
is it that is just And it's our money.
Our money.
It's our tax money that we
Yeah.
have to watch. I don't even want to go into that, man. It just, because we had talked about something about
Yeah.
everybody need to go into their W-4s and adjust and say exempt and give the government no money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Literally.
Yeah. Don't give them nothing.
Change your W-4 to exempt, because it's like we see what's going on. It's like, okay, it's like we driving down the highway, Route 66 or somewhere, and we just taking money and just throwing it out the window.
Yeah.
Hey, stop at this ATM when you get to the next city. All right, let me get blah blah, and you get back in the car and you're just throwing it out, just throwing it
Yeah.
out on the. You watching it. You watching this person do this to your money,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
beyond, like you say, sad.
Yeah. It is.
It's a grift, and you look back on it and say, wait a minute. This was a grift to keep this joker to keep him out of jail.
Yeah.
I gotta do this to stay out of jail.
Yeah. Right.
Gosh.
Yeah.
And
And since you said that, and I hate to go back and revisit the history, but the Democrat dropped the ball on this. Joe
Oh, yeah.
Biden dropped the
Merrick
ball.
Garland.
Merrick Garland
Yeah.
dropped the ball.
Yeah.
Supreme
Yeah.
Court gave you authority, complete immunity.
Immunity to Joe first.
Yeah, gave it to Joe first. You could have had this
Donald
guy
Trump could have been
arrested
sitting in jail right now.
right now.
Could have gone to his house like they did Don Lemon. They
Yep.
sent the FBI at his house later. They could have sent Joe Biden and Merrick Garland. They could have sent
The
FBI
FBI,
straight CIA to Donald Trump's house in the
and had
middle of
him
the night
arrested
and picked his ass up
for stealing
and taken him
government
to the
secrets.
bottom, under the jail.
Well,
And yet we're sitting here now being just,
yeah,
I don't want to say it. Just being kicked daily.
yeah, yeah,
And we're watching this, man.
yeah. Had a chance to stop it.
We watching somebody just literally take advantage of us daily.
Well, the man tore down the east wing of the White House, bulldozed it, took track holes bit by bit, and just crushed. The east wing will never be the same again. If it ever, eventually it will be built back, but all the history that was part of that is in a landfill somewhere. Who? What in the hell? He should be arrested for destruction of property. That's government property. And you this is what I heard the excuse was.
Okay.
Well, he lives there. No, the fuck he. Excuse me. No, he doesn't. Yeah, he lives there. He's renting the place like every other president does. He don't own it. It's the people's house.
Man, that thing make you boil in 2 seconds, doesn't it?
Oh man,
You go from cold to hot in 2 seconds. When
and I'm
you
telling
think
you the
about
reason why he tore it down. It wasn't so much a ballroom.
what you think? Is it
He
what I
tore it
think you're
down
gonna say?
because it was built by the hands of black men.
The whole Washington D.C.
Was built by black men.
the whole architecture of Washington D.C. was built by.
If he could tear down the whole White House and build it up
Redo
like he
it.
want to build it up, just to
You
say,
think he'd do it?
black man that had put your hand on this, he would do it.
Is
He
he
would do it.
being? You think the shadow president, Stephen Froggy Miller, is behind that, or is this
I
something?
don't think he's so much consumed himself with the luxuries like Donald Trump. He's not into the pageantry. He's into the cruelty of it. He could care less about the gold, and that's something that Donald Trump that turns him on. Stephen Miller is more about the cruelty, how much pain he can inflict on people. That's where he gets off at. He don't care about the gold and the White House is up or down. He is all about the cruelty of the whole situation and to put as much pain and affliction in people's lives as he can. So where do we go from here? He's taken. He's put his name on the Kennedy Center. Donald Trump, John F. Kennedy Center. And as a matter of fact, he's closing the Kennedy Center for refurbishment for 2 years. For 2 years. So you had a lot of performers that backed out and stopped, canceling their shows because they didn't want to be a part of the nonsense with Donald Trump. So they canceled their shows.
Right.
Yeah. It's just been a horrible past few months. It's been a horrible presidency. The first term and 2.0 is even worse. So, and I'll save this thought for later. But it's so much that's been happening till it's like being on a roller coaster where you just keep dropping. You keep dropping. You never have any curves or any up times. Everything is all downhill with this guy. So, again, where do we go from here?
Welcome back to the soul of Generation X. Once again, we thank you all for your support and sticking with us as we move into these bizarro times that we're already in, and we're trying to get out of them. Lenny, what do you think about the latest findings? And I mean the latest up to this point findings in this Epstein saga.
Wow, the story that will never that
Never
the liars keep lying about.
the Liars Club. Yeah.
Yeah. Pam Bondi, Donald Trump, all of them, the whole Justice Department, including the Supreme Court. Some of those people in the Supreme Court are nothing but liars, cover up. It is astounding that there's no justice for the victims. It is astounding that Ghislaine Maxwell gets moved from a hardened prison to a Club Royale federal prison in Texas. It's astounding that so many people on the right, including these Christians, support a pedophile. And I'm not talking about Donald Trump. I'm supporting these men in powerful positions who took advantage of these girls and boys. All right? It's astounding to me that MAGA, diehard MAGA, thinks it's okay to rape little girls and for the president to be cozying up with Epstein all the thousands of times he's been named in these emails. It's pathetic. It's awful. It lets you know that this country, and I'm just be honest, is not as good as we think we are. right now because we elected a guy who's a criminal, first of all. Then we find out he's palling around and hanging around a pedophile.
Mm-hmm.
And then we see his name splattered all over the documents. We see that he's asked the Justice Department, Pam Bundy, Cash Patel, covering up his tracks. These people have no morals. And I don't care if you're a Democrat, Republican, black or white. If you're at the bottom of the barrel, you're at the top of the ring. If you had anything to do with these kids being abused, even if you looked the other way, but you were there and could have said or done something, you're garbage, you're trash, and I hope nothing but horrible things happen to you because you didn't give a damn about these kids.
No.
Somebody said, well, they're grown now. They should be able to get over it. I said, you get over it. What if that was your child or grandchild? What if that was you? Okay.
Yeah.
We don't know. I definitely don't know what these people are going through. But I'm sure it's not good. When you got grubby white men slobbering all over them.
Yep.
And if black men involved, you got grubby black men involved as well. But people have this audacity like, oh, well, that was a long time ago.
No.
Those people will never be the same. And I hope that everyone that was involved with it, from the richest man to the poorest man, I hope they be exposed. I hope they get tried in court, and I hope they go to prison. I wish nothing good for them in their lives.
I totally agree.
Nothing.
I totally agree with you. They need the best of the worst. To put it,
Yeah.
they need the best,
Yeah.
women included.
Yeah, women included.
And like somebody said today, I'm not taking up for these people, but Maxwell, Ghislaine Maxwell, and Epstein, they weren't the only ones who
No.
perpetrated these years of criminal activity and sexual perversion and possible murders, or what we're starting to hear now.
Yeah.
They didn't do all that by themselves.
No.
So it's a never-ending saga of lies and government-paid employees who are protecting pedophiles.
Yeah.
You
Yeah. That's what they're doing. That's exactly what they're doing. Using our tax dollars, the money that I pay out of my paycheck on a weekly basis, going to cover up the tracks of a pedophile. Representing pedophiles.
Yeah.
My salary is going to pay for Pam Bundy to sit up in Congress and lie like a dog.
I mean, almost like scripted.
Think about it. You paying for that woman
Yeah.
to sit up there in Congress and lie.
Yeah.
God, man, that just don't set good. It don't set good. Let me keep all my money. Let me spend it how I want to spend it. But I damn sure don't want to go toward a liar. And I damn sure don't want to go toward representing no pedophile in nobody's courtroom.
Right.
It's I have two daughters and a son.
Yep.
And I couldn't fathom it. Like I said, I'd be on the next plane wherever I had to go. short pants, t-shirt, and all.
But it ain't
And
Buford Puzzle,
yeah,
walking tall.
walking tall and swinging a big old ass stick.
Mm-hmm.
You may take me down, but I'm gonna take some of y'all with me.
I hear you,
I'm
bro.
gunning for you.
This is, I hear
You
you.
know, and it's and then to have these damn MAGA people
Mm-hmm.
act like the president, we forgive him, and he's he's. I had a guy on my page say, tell me, well, look at the economy. Look what he's doing to my 401k.
Mm-hmm.
It's doing great. And I used some choice words at him. And I told him, man, don't ever come on my page and give him that bullshit. As I told him. You more concerned about how much money you making rather than exposing a pedophile, catching a bunch of child rapists. Oh, it's all fun and games now. But if it happened to someone he loved, that's close to him, he'll be singing a damn different tune.
Mm-hmm.
He'll want justice. I just the stupidity of these people it never stops. It never ever stops. And I'm in with them. I'm in with them all the time. I get into it with them all the time because I don't mind mixing it up. It's a shame. It's just a shame. I don't know. It really disturbs me when I talk about that because I think about my own kids. I think about my neighbor's kids. I think about you know my fellow man kids.
Mm-hmm.
Kids that I've coached and I've taught and have been around to be taken advantage of.
Mm-hmm.
To be promised, oh, I can buy you this, I can buy you that. And some of the, if you read some of the stuff that was in there, some of the horrific things that these jackasses did to these kids,
Yep.
you know, man, I don't know. You got to be a sick bastard, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But once again, follow the money. The money gonna lead you right to where the culprits are, and they just sitting up the line, and he's protecting people
Mm-hmm.
for what? Because one thing about it, my grandma used to say, what is done in the dark will come to the light.
Yep.
And the bottom wrong will be to the top eventually. And you're gonna have to answer for your sins and your wrongdoings. You're gonna answer for it. And it just, we want justice right. I want justice right now against all those people who touched those kids, who fondled those kids, who penetrated those kids, whether they boys or girls. That just doesn't say good with me. Because I know I would serve time in prison for mine.
Yep. I totally agree.
Yeah. If I had to give my life to
Totally,
protect them, that's what I would do.
totally agree.
Even to this day,
Mm-hmm.
yes,
Yeah.
I would kill.
That's,
And I hate being like that, but that's where we are.
yeah.
Because these scoundrels are getting away with it. So they think. And not only this, that part really ticks me off. But what it really pisses me off is these damn MAGAs who make excuses and want to. And I asked, I said, what are you on a damn payroll for Donald Trump? Because you damn sure be defending him like he paying you. It's unbelievable. Unfreaking believable.
Yeah. I mean, you can think of the folks that support is just ridiculous.
Yeah,
and for what reason?
yeah. So we had a Super Bowl
Okay.
a few days ago, and the number one artist in the world performed at the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Bad Bunny. He's a bad man. But you know the the thing about it, the right, the Christian right, was so put out that this American, this Puerto Rican American, was going to be performing at the Super Bowl. They were so up in arms, just we gonna be saying talking this Spanish. Oh, he gonna be doing this. We won't be able to understand it. Blah blah blah. I heard all of that, but they didn't hear the message through his language.
Right.
They didn't see the message through his language, through the show, because they were so fixated in their white bread evangelical Christian robe on with the big gaudy cross and carrying holding the Bible, not understanding the meaning, anything in the Bible, just walk around with it. So I thought it was a great halftime show.
Mm-hmm.
I speak very little Spanish, but the bigger message was love will bring us together.
Mm-hmm.
I had people, he's gay. I said, listen,
No,
I
he
don't know
isn't.
whether a man gay.
He's not. He's not.
I know he's not gay.
Yeah.
But what would it matter? Why are you upset because of what this man may do or not do
Right.
in his personal life?
Right.
Why is that such about? And it wasn't that. It wasn't that, man. It was the fact that here we got a black or brown person headlining the Super Bowl again.
Mm-hmm.
I can't understand what he's saying. Well, you couldn't understand the guy from Kendrick Lamar last year. You had a problem with the guy last year. Now you got a problem with the guy this year.
Mm-hmm.
The problem was these black and brown people are taking over, and I don't like it.
Mm-mm.
The bull corner came out of them.
We've heard that before, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bull Connor and George Wallace come out of them. Sunday.
Our Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Our
Ours.
is oh God.
Our Super Bowl. Just a few years ago, they said they were boycotting the NFL. But what happened with that? What happened? They back watch it again. See, all this is just a bunch of nonsense. Next Sunday, they'll find something else to be mad about. Then the Sunday after that, they'll find something to be mad about. So it's all fake, phony, baloney outrage. They wouldn't listen. I didn't know anything about Bad Bunny. I don't listen to his music. I'm a jazz guy. But I know he was damn sure better than anything Kid Rock or the Village People would do. And the hypocrisy about it, not only does Donald Trump play their music at every rally, the Village People,
Mm-hmm.
he dances to it and it's support. And these guys have been gay since the 70s.
Yeah.
Since I've known about the Village People in the 70s,
How does he get away with
late
it?
70s. These guys have been gay since I knew them.
And he playing the music.
Yeah, he played the music. They dancing to it. They having a good time. Knowing that these guys are openly gay.
Except the lead singer.
Yeah, Sam Bell.
That might be what they're doing. They might be going on that because I believe they invited him to some event. They could be going on that notion.
Well, whether they invite him or not, the fact of the matter is the rest of them are.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't hide it.
Right.
Yeah. But I don't see Fox News or any of these other extreme right-wing television talk show hosts bitching in the morning about that.
No,
You know why? Because Donald Trump's he likes it. He loves it. It's like, hey, Mikey, try it. Mikey, he loves it. Give it to him. That's the reason Donald Trump, he laughing. But see, that's the reason Donald Trump went to the Republican Party.
I'm laughing to keep from crying and up crying in anger. That's what I got.
Because he knew he could not get over on the Democratic Party. You know why? He said this. He said because they think for themselves.
Oh,
But
he said
Republicans
that.
are nothing but sheep. They will follow you to the end of the world. So that's his mantra. So Bad Bunny, that was a great halftime show. I enjoyed it. I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and Donald Trump, he normally likes to show up at these big events.
Mm-hmm.
But the reason he didn't show up, first of all, this is a lie. It was too far for him to go.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, really? But you can fly all overseas and all these other events. The reason you didn't want to go to California because they were going to boo your ass out of the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you didn't go. And he won't go next year either because where's Super Bowl at? In California.
Mm-hmm.
Again. So that's good. He won't show up. It is just. I'm not going to continue to be the dead horse, but like I said, people. I would just tell you guys, and we talked about this earlier in the show. Arm yourselves, protect yourself, protect your family. I told somebody, I said, listen, I'm not worried about ice because what happens when you put heat to ice? It melts. So
It will.
arm yourselves, stay vigilant. Don't let them take you off the streets. Fight like hell. And I mean,
You sound like somebody
literally
else.
fight.
You sound like somebody else now.
Yeah, literally fight like hell on the streets.
For something you deserve.
Yeah, don't let them take you. Don't let them snatch you and grab you and put you in the car.
Yeah.
Fight like hell.
Yeah, not like what he told him to do, fight like hell the first time and take the Capitol.
Yeah. No, not like that.
Yours
Don't.
is fighting for what's ours.
Fight what's ours, and don't let them take you. If you got to physically fight your way out of it,
Yeah.
that's what you do.
Yeah. We gotta be ready because I believe it's gonna be a revolution.
Yeah.
We
Stock up.
got
And we said this last season. Stock up with supplies. Stock up with them.
Mm-hmm.
Because prices have gone up. Now, they can tout the economy all they want. Oh, the dentist has, it's 50,000 points. That's for Wall Street. That's for people who invest thousands and millions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
That's for Zuckerberg and who's been a big disappointment, and Jeff Bezos, who's been a bigger disappointment. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. You know what I think a good topic for our next show would be
What's that?
is to highlight all the companies who have bowed the knee to Donald Trump and all the companies who have not bowed the knee.
Oh, okay. Who have and have not. Okay.
Yeah. Because I think our listeners need to know who's on their side and who's not on their side.
Let's make note of that now.
So when the Donald Trump era is over, and all those people like Stephen Miller and the rest of that band of thugs, of thieves, are in prison, they're gonna come crawling back wanting your money. Oh, come shop at our stores and come here. We're back. Fly on our airlines and no, we're gonna keep receipts on these people because if you couldn't stand when times are hard, don't come running back to me on your knees when times are good. Don't do it. Don't do it.
But I tell you, as you said at the beginning of the show, there literally is a smorgasbord of, you know, like some of
Oh
the
yeah,
drive through windows you go up to, you're trying to get you some lunch or some dinner or something, and you go and look at the menu, and there's literally 50 things on the menu. You ever been
yeah.
seen a drive through like that? And
Oh yeah,
and that's what this is. And I mean, it's something every day. It's something going on right now. It's a grift. It's a grift.
yeah.
It's always a grift. Uh,
Always.
and we're being grifted.
Yeah,
You know, us, the American, as a term that you've grown to hear just about every day. And I say, wow, I hear this term every day. The
yeah,
American people, the American
yeah,
people, the
yeah,
American people. I mean, you hear this constantly, daily.
yeah,
But who's being the American people?
yeah.
Who they don't want to hear that? Who don't want to hear it? The American people.
Right.
And we've got to do something about that. But I think what we'll do is we'll wrap this one up. You have any closing words on what we discussed this evening?
I just want to say it's good to be back. Good to be back. Again, fellowshipping. First of all, we need each other,
Yes, sir.
and then letting the people know what is happening out there. For those who may not watch the news or may not have time to watch the news, we're basically giving you a Cliff Notes version of things that have been happening.
Yes.
But I would encourage everyone: please wake up. Please stay involved. Please arm yourself. Please stock up on supplies.
Right.
Continue to listen to the Soul of Generation X.
Yes.
You know,
Yes. Yes. We will.
Continue to listen to what we're telling you,
Exactly. Yeah.
because we're not making this stuff up. This is actually happening,
Yes.
happening daily.
Mm.
So much drama, so much utter nonsense
Just.
that
Mm.
you should, people should be sick and tired of drama every day. Nobody wants that in their life. Nobody wants to be up under that stress. But yet, he's pushing the limits to this democracy. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Great closing words there. And yes, like I said, just tune into Soul of Generation X for your cliff noted version of what's going on, as he said, because there's so much going on. And we're glad that you all are back with us, and keep the emails and coming in, and all the communication. And
Yes.
we're gonna try to get get the information to you, and
Yes.
look forward to possibly even having some guests this season, as we're into season 2. So once again, we thank you for tuning into the Soul of Generation X. Take care, be safe out there, and we'll see you next time.